should look like
I know.
Or I'm like,
how much shows?
You are live.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Doesn't show that much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kaitlyn.
I'm Cassie.
And we are the faces behind the communications team for the Modern Eco Village. And we're so excited to be here with you all today. We are live in Spain. We flew in late last week, and it has been just so much fun to be here, to meet the team, to see the land. We went for the second time today.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it was even better this time, the second time around. You get to see even more the beautiful landscape and the cherry trees and the potential roads that we'll be building and the area for the school and the community. And it's really exciting to just see it all right here on the land and just continue to create it.
And witnessing it unfold too, because these are the very early stages. And something that we will talk about today a little bit is, the advantages that you have if you are a part of the first 60 people to join our community and to, reserve your home on the land. That really is one, being able to shape the community and share your ideas and be a part of this beautiful unfolding. So we highly encourage you to reach out if you haven't already, and we're happy to connect, happy to have a conversation and see how we can make this work for you.
Yeah. And so we asked some questions on Instagram, and a lot of you guys asked some really great questions that we are going to answer in this time now. So I'll just read from my phone, and then we'll both be answering any of them. And also, if you have any questions too in the moment, feel free to drop them in the chat, and then we can also acknowledge those right away. But yeah,
amazing. Let's do it.
Get started.
What do we have?
All right. So here is a question. How does the plan of the village look like? Can it be drawn so we can see it? And what is the elevation of the place approximately? So that was a question, and I believe we have that image here. We'll have Iancu share that. And while we're getting that, the plan of the village it's of course it doesn't really encompass the whole thing because it's so different in person, but it's a really great image to give you it's an aerial view image to give you a solid idea of how the overall plan and plots look like, where the lake is, where the school would be, and where you can have your potential home. So we'll pull that up soon.
And in terms of elevation, the exact numbers I don't have off the top of my head right now, but what we can tell you is that all of the land anywhere you go is terraced. Mm-hmm. For a long time, I think Iancu and Belinda thought that the land down by the lake, because when you look out from the upper plots, it looks like it's flat, but it actually turns out that every single spot is terraced. So no matter where you are on the land, no matter where your home is, you have epic views and at least 180-degree views. Wherever you are, which is insane.
And you'll have some privacy too. So you're not like seeing your neighbor right there. You can at least have some space, and you'll have your trees and your garden, whatever you would want that surrounds you. So it's kind of nice. You get like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I think that's awesome to be in a community where, for those people who are a little more extroverted, or when you do feel like going out and socializing, you can turn to the community activities or go have coffee with your neighbor just down the street. But at the same time, there's going to be such privacy because of the way the plots are situated, and I think that's just perfect.
Yeah. And while we're pulling up the other image, I can just go ahead and ask the second question. So are you by chance building a section for short stays too? People who are curious and wish to learn about your way of life or research it perhaps could be great to have a dorm or a living space for that too. So do you want to answer it?
Yes. So there will be a couple model houses in near the entrance of the village where you can come, you can stay for 2 weeks, a month, and more shorter term, and test out what does it feel like to live in the Modern Eco Village. What is the day-to-day like? And that's something that's been in the works so that people can experience it before committing.
Like checking out the coffee shops, taking a walk around the community or the parks,
catching the vibe, right?
Yeah, checking out the school, and really just like connecting with the members of the community and seeing if it's somewhere that you can see yourself living. So that'll be really exciting.
Yeah,
You just
I
get to
love
like
that.
try it out. It's like a little sampler.
Yes,
like a
great
sample.
question.
All right, and so the next one is about the schools. How will the schools be funded, and how much will the schools cost? So you can help me with this too. But we are funding, or the school funding is
Yeah.
maybe you could actually help me word it better. But so it'll be coming from the community building aspect of it.
Because the Montessori school,
Yeah.
which is what we'll have, is self-funded. So
Self-funded. That's what I was looking for.
we'll be, we're already working with getting grants from the Spanish government and getting all those details on the back end situated. In terms of school costs, that is all still being determined as well, and we won't know that until further down the line, because it all depends on how many students we have, because with Montessori there's a certain ratio of teacher to student that we want to maintain, and so it depends on how many students, how many teachers we have, and other details like that. So
yeah, but it won't be more. It wouldn't be more than like your typical school, you could say.
Which varies.
But yeah, we'll of course have some more information with that. Okay, and then did you say the image is ready, or okay? So the next question is it possible to see the ocean from the village? How far is the lake, and can we swim in it? So the ocean is about you would say we're an hour away from the ocean, but it's still a really prime location, and we do have the lake, which is like it's within the community, so you can always walk down and enjoy it. We actually plan on having making it like a beach, so we can all just hang out, maybe swim in the lake. It is swimmable, so we can swim in there.
Have
Maybe
some fun activities going on.
Yeah, have activities.
I know some people mentioned what's it called, beach tennis.
Yes,
it's like this new thing that's popping up, and so we're constantly looking for new ideas coming in on how we can, just weave in new activities, and I think that'll be super fun down by the lake, by the beach.
Yes. So to answer the question, the lake is within the community. Depending on where you live, it could be like a couple steps away, and then the ocean is about an hour away. But you can't really. You're in such a good area. You're an hour away from Valencia or where we are in Albir. But yeah, it's really accessible.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question is, when will the first houses be ready, and what will be ready in the first construction stage?
Yes. So the first phase of the building is really the first 40 homes?
I believe so.
Yeah. So I think we're looking at, I believe in the first stage, it's the first 10 homes is what we're really starting with, to be sure that everything is situated. And then from there, and that timeline is about a year from now. So like next summer, if all goes smoothly, right? Because things can change. And then from there, we'd be building the next 60 homes. So it'll all depend on how the beginning stages go, but that's what we're looking at for a timeline.
Perfect.
Was there another part to that question?
I think you answered both.
Okay, great.
So yeah, and then the last question is it possible to build a structure for common use in the shape of a pyramid for meditation, etc.?
Yeah, we've been getting lots of these questions.
Yeah, I would say it's possible. I think the good thing about being one of the first 60 residents of this community is that you really get to make it what you want it to be. So if this is something that we want, then we can have it. And if for some reason not, we can always make something as close as what we envisioned.
Yes, and I think too, to add to that, it's really important, if you have a vision or something special that you'd like to bring to this community, let's find a way to make it happen. Do some digging, do some research, see what materials are needed. If it's the pyramid, for example, what's needed to build that, to make that happen. This really is a group effort, and so that's also the advantage of being some of the first people in the community, but also it's really important to hold your own and to take a part in the creation of this modern eco-village.
Yeah. So that concludes the questions, unless we have any that are in the comments right now. And if not, we can also go ahead and show that aerial view.
The nearest beach. The nearest beach.
The nearest.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the nearest beach, I would say, is about an hour away. You have Valencia, is an hour away, and then Valencia is they're both Alicante and Valencia are about an hour away, and they have beaches, and then also here in Albir Altea area, that's also about an hour away. So it's very central. It's also about 50 minutes from the airport. So it's very much the same radius for everything, which is great, and there's a lot of accessibility in that sense.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I answered them already.
Okay. Amazing.
Great. Well,
what we could do is chat a little bit about our second impression and today at the land and why that hit home differently for us, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. How did it feel differently for you? Like, we had already seen it on Saturday. We went, and it was absolutely beautiful. But yeah, how did today stand out for you?
I think today for me, I actually felt more. I feel like I just felt the energy more today in terms of how I really envision myself and how we envision ourselves living there, and to actually see the plot and greater just with I guess a different lens, because the first time I was just trying to understand where I'm at, and then the second time I'm like, okay, this is the view. This could be the view of our future home if this is what we want. And there's mountains in the background, and there's the olive trees and the cherry trees and the lake. So this time felt more real to me, where I can actually really envision this is where I want our living room to be. I would like a little room over here to get in sunlight, natural sunlight, and so that's been really cool to actually envision as we're on the land.
Yeah, I think it was also more real for me as well today. Just knowing the view and the layout better of the land, and that's why it's really important. We want to share this with you all so you can better understand the plots and where it's situated, so that you can also see where you envision your home and what rooms will be where. But that's so beautiful. That's another great part about coming to visit, is that you can experience it real time and see it in your mind's eye, on the land, which is so cool. And I love that part, kind of knowing where, for me, I was I want the pool here, or this is the view that we will have when we wake up in the morning. It's so special, and it's very, very serene. I think all three of us, Alisa included, who is another wonderful team member that you'll be seeing more of very soon, we all felt this deep serenity upon being at the land today.
Yeah, and I have to say too, I know it's cliche, but the pictures do not do justice. When you're actually there, you can see the depths of the land and the trees that are near you, and what your potential view could be when you're actually sitting there. And it's also different because you get to feel it. You get to smell the pine trees. You get to really just be in it, and kind of have yourself really fully embody the experience. So
all the senses are activated once you're there, and it makes it a magical experience. So we highly recommend coming to visit and scoping out where you envision your home.
Yeah. And so should we have Alisa come on and share her experience too?
Let's have her share a little bit about today.
Okay. Taking care of and working with the community, and really handling a lot of that aspect with organization, and just really cultivating a beautiful community for us all. All right. This over here. Yeah. We could just keep this here. Okay. Just take it with you. Okay.
Amazing. So thank you for being here with us, Alisa. It's so nice to have you here.
Yeah,
and
thank
we're
you for
just
having me.
yeah, we're so excited for your future in the community, and I think we can both agree it was really special going to the land today and
Yeah.
experiencing it in person. Maybe you can share, this was your first time there.
Yeah.
So what was your first impression and how did it impact you?
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things you already said. When we arrived, after a few minutes, I really felt everything dropping in a good sense, like centering. I felt more rooted. I really felt the energy of the land. And like you said before, I saw the videos and I got a feeling for, oh, this is what it can look like. But today I got a feeling of this is what it can feel like, which is so much more important to me.
Yes, absolutely.
And yeah, I feel that this is a place where I can really recharge, where I can really slow down, recharge, and feel kind of a peaceful energy. It was very peaceful today.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, yeah, I'm so glad you felt that. And I think that's what a lot of people feel at the land as well. And for someone like you and like us, who we've spent so much time living in different places and trying to figure out where we should call home, which I think is an idea that also resonates with many of you. It's so amazing when, you drop in and you feel that yes, you can visualize yourself calling a certain place home, and also establishing a home base I think is really important, if that's the stage that you're at in life, which we are, and it feels really good to be able to do that.
I really feel what you just said. I've been to so many different places nomading around, and I love that. There's a really beautiful part about that. And also in all of these places, it feels like I can feel the temporary energy of like, okay, I'm going to be here for a little bit and then I'm going to look for the next best place. And here I immediately felt like, no, I want to stay here. I want to stay. I don't want to go back like somewhere else. I want to stay and I want to just bask in that. So yeah, I really feel that.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and what else did anything else occur to you at the land? Say, your imagination. Like, what do you dream of in your own home, and what's your vision for that?
So what I really liked was when Janko said that we might get some sand at the lake. Oh, I would love that. I love the sand in my feet. So if we could have our own private beach at the lake, that would be amazing. I also shared that I would love to have some ponds on the land. So like little areas. Maybe that's just going to be in my own backyard. Maybe it's going to be in a communal area. Where we can invite some wildlife back, which I think is really beautiful. And
I like that idea. That's fun. And I think we've also been chatting in the community forum too, for those of you who want to take part in this, in the planning and in the creation of the community. We've been posting some different topics, and I learned from you about the ponds or the pools that are, what are they called?
You can call them bio pools, but also swimming ponds. So it's like a pond section, and there's a swimming pool section, and it naturally filters through so there's natural filtration. So
that's so cool.
Yeah, nice.
So like a very natural pool. But I could so see you with a pond in your yard. I think so there's beautiful.
Like frogs like quacking right next to you, but you have your part where you can swim where the frogs are not, but you are right next to them, which I think is really cool.
Wow. It's going to be amazing. And I think what's so cool too is like everyone has their own unique vision, and we welcome any ideas that you have. So please continue to reach out on Instagram, over email, and let's see how you can be a part of this and creating your own dream community and your own dream home. So so nice to have you here.
I'm really excited too. Yeah.
And let's see.
I think one thing that comes up for me also is what you just said about we can all create what we want. I really love how somebody starts a thought in the forum or just with Janko and Belinda, and then somebody says like, oh, I'm chipping in on that idea, and then it builds, and then it can actually grow into something really beautiful, which is the idea of this village, right?
Yes.
It's that we all
Totally.
created together. Somebody has an idea and the other person like, oh, I actually know how to do that. And then the other person like, and I want to help, so we can all create this together.
Yes, it's a big ripple effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's community, right? Like that's the start of what we're building. So yeah. Oh. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to share? Either from the heart, from the land, anything else that's on your mind for those watching?
I think the only thing that is still on my mind is I would really love to spend more time in the part of building the community. So my background is in, like, I'm a psychologist and a relationship coach. So I'm all about how do we connect to one another? How do we connect to ourselves? How do we also connect to land, to nature? But especially how do we connect to one another? So that's something that I really want to focus more on now. How can we get to know one another, that it really feels, yes, right now a lot of it is still digital, but how can we make this feel like, okay, I'm already getting a sense of these are going to be my neighbors. So that's
definitely
something that I want to focus on.
I think that'll be so beautiful too. To have you as, with that role in our community. I think that's foundational for what we're building, and this is going to be amazing. So thank you so much, Alisa.
Thank you also for having me.